Hello everyone. In this class, we'll try to learn about blood and plasma proteins. By the end of the class, students should be able to know, uh, define and give the composition and functions of the blood, name the layers of blood after centrifugation, name the cell present in the Buffy coat, and give uses of Buffy coat preparation, give the normal value of blood volume in adults and children, and describe the methods of blood volume measurement. Give the composition of and functions of plasma. Name the plasma proteins, give their normal values, and list the functions of plasma proteins. Blood is defined as a liquid connective tissue that fills the heart and blood vessels. The normal blood volume in an average adult is around 5 to 6 liters, which accounts for about 8% of the body weight. If you see the composition of the blood, it consists of two components, cells and fluid. The cellular component comprises the different formed elements, and the fluid compartment is in the plasma. The formed elements are red blood cells, which are called as erythrocytes, white blood cells, which are called as leukocytes, platelets, which are called as thrombocytes. If you centrifuge the blood, the above remnant is called as plasma, which is around 50 to 67%, and the lower part is made up of red blood cells, which 43 to 47%, and the middle layer, thin layer, is called as Buffy coat 1%, which is abundant with WBC and platelets. The plasma consists of about 55% of the total blood volume, which is made up of water and solid particles. When blood is collected and anticoagulated tube and allowed to settle by centrifugation, three layers are distinctly visible. The upper plasma layer is separated from the lower red cell mass by a Buffy coat. Buffy coat is a thin middle layer that separates the upper plasma and lower red cell mass after centrifugation of blood and is Buffy coat. It contains leukocytes and platelets. Some of the functions of blood are, you know, respiratory function. The blood transports oxygen from lungs to the tissues and carbon dioxide from tissues to the lungs. It acts as a transport medium. Blood acts as a transport medium for various hormones, chemical substances, nutrients, vitamins. Hormones secreted from the various endocrine tissues and nutrients absorbed from the GI tract circulate in blood and distribute to all tissues of the body. So, thus, blood regulates growth and metabolism of the tissue by transporting them. It also helps in a temperature regulation. Blood conducts heat from the interior of the body to the surface through the blood vessels. Heat is continuously produced in the body. Blood absorbs this heat and transfers to the body surface. So it has also got an excretory function. It helps in the excretion of the waste materials by transporting them from different parts of the body to the kidney. It is involved in the water homeostasis. 55% of the blood contains plasma and 92% of the plasma contains water. Loss of water from body occurs in diarrhea, vomiting, excessive sweating, etc. Results in decreased blood volume, that is also called as hypovolemia. Persistent hypovolemia results in cellular dehydration. In response to hypovolemia, mechanisms are activated to increase the water content of the blood that aims at maintaining cellular hydration. So it also helps in acid-base balance. Blood contains plasma proteins and hemoglobins. They play important role in maintaining acid-base balance of the body. And also bicarbonate in blood buffers the acid. So they are involved in immune mechanism. Blood forms a critical component of body immunity. It contains cell that play primary role in cellular immunity and also contains antibodies that play a role in humoral immunity. Storage. The blood is a storage site for electrolytes, nutrients, chemicals, hormones. Blood gives a natural color to the body. In anemia and in hypovolemia, body becomes pale. Nutritive functions. Blood delivers all nutrients such as glucose, lipids, proteins, vitamins, minerals to all the tissues of the body for their utilization and storage. So it is also involved in exertion of oncotic pressure. The albumin present in the blood exerts osmotic pressure, also known as oncotic pressure, that controls the capillary filtration and prevents the edema formation. The total blood volume can be roughly calculated as around 70 to 80 ml per kg of body weight. In males, the total blood volume is about 5 to 6 liters, and in females is about 4.25 to 5.5 liters. In children, though the absolute volume of the blood is present is significantly uh, less than the adults. It is also expressed per square meter of body surface area, so which is normally 2.8 liters per meter square of body. How blood volume is determined? So blood volume is mainly determined by determining the plasma volume. Okay, and also it is determined by determining the cell volume. The normal ratio of volume to cell volume is around 55 to 45. Okay, so this is the normal plasma volume to the cell volume. So how plasma volume is determined? Okay, so it is determined usually by using dyes, using dye dilution technique. The dye used here is Evans blue. Okay, so it also measured by injection of serum albumin labeled with radioactive iodine. An average plasma volume is around 3 to 3.5 liters, around 5% of the body weight of a 70 kg man. The total blood volume is calculated by multiplying plasma volume with 100 divided by 100 minus hematocrit. If the hematocrit is 40 and plasma volume is 3.5 liters, then blood volume will be 5.8 liters. Effective blood volume is nothing but total blood volume minus the volume that is sequestered. This means the volume which is present actually in the circulation that helps the perfusion of the tissue. Specific gravity and viscosity of the blood. Specific gravity of the blood is approximately 1.050. So this depends on number of cells and composition of plasma. Specific gravity is measured by extent of light bending in a refractometer or as a part of test strip dipped into the blood. Usually, loss of water from blood, as occurs in dehydration, increases the specific gravity. Viscosity of blood is a measure of resistance to flow. Blood viscosity is almost 4 to 5 times that of water. It is mainly due to the number of cells and the macromolecules like proteins that are present in the blood. Plasma is the fluid component of blood which constitutes about 55% of the total blood volume. The remaining 45% is constituted by the cells, the formed blood elements. If the whole plasma is used to be for investigation, the blood is collected with anticoagulants, anticoagulated blood. So it can be stored for years for future investigations. Composition of the plasma. So water makes almost 92%, solids or solutes makes 8%, plasma proteins make 90% of all the solids. In inorganic anions and cations like chloride, bicarbonate, phosphates, sulfates, cations like sodium, potassium, calcium, and magnesium. Organic substances are colloids and crystalloids. Colloids basically the plasma proteins, and crystalloids uh, are glucose, lipid, urea, uric acid, etc. So if you see the diagrammatic representation of the blood, okay, so it made up of 45% of the cells and 55% of the plasma. So the plasma 92% is again water, 7% is protein. So proteins are albumin. In that 54% is albumin, globulin is 38%, fibrinogen makes 7% and others 1%. Whereas the other solutes made up of electrolytes, nutrient, waste products, and regulatory substances. Frozen pla- Fresh frozen plasma. In some conditions, plasma needs to be stored for years for future analysis, for which plasma is stored frozen below minus 20 degrees Celsius. So this is called as fresh frozen plasma, so which can be stored up to 7 years in a blood bank. To preserve clotting factors, plasma should be frozen within 6 hours after collection of the blood. Serum is nothing but during the blood coagulation, a soluble plasma protein called as fibrinogen is removed from the plasma as it is utilized in the formation of the fibrin, that is the blood clot. Plasma without clotting factors is called as serum. Many biochemical tests are performed by separating serum from blood by allowing the blood to clot, coagulated blood. Serotonin content of serum is high as platelets release serotonin during the clotting. It is not only used for biochemical investigation but also as a supplement to cell culture media. It ensures better environment for the growth of the cells in vitro as it contains all nutrients, sugar, proteins, hormones, and other factors. Fetal calf serum is used often for the growth of human cells. How do you separate the serum? Plasma is separated by the centrifuging the anticoagulated blood. The serum is separated from blood by allowing blood to coagulate. Okay, so that's how serum is equal to blood minus fibrinogen and other clotting factors. Plasma proteins. Plasma proteins are the major solute constituents of plasma. The normal plasma protein concentration is about 6 to 8 gram per deciliter, okay, or 100 ml of plasma. Plasma proteins are of three types: albumin, globulin, and fibrinogen. The albumin concentration is around 4 to 5.5 gram percent, globulin 1.5 to 3 gram percent, fibrinogen 0.3 gram percent. Plasma proteins are formed mainly in the liver. Albumin is the major constituent of plasma proteins. Albumin is formed in the liver. The half life of albumin is around 20 days. Being the smallest in diameter among the plasma proteins, in kidney diseases with a glomerular injury, it appears early in the urine, so which is called as albuminuria. Globulin. This is formed in the liver, cells of reticular endothelial system, and plasma cells. Divided into three categories. You have alpha globulin, beta globulin, and gamma globulin. Molecular weight ranges around 9 lakhs to 90,000 to 1.5 lakh. They include different transport proteins like transferrin, ceruloplasmin, hemopexin. They form a different lipoproteins in combination with lipids in plasma. Antibodies are gamma globulins and they are formed by the plasma cells. The normal albumin globulin ratio is around 1.7 is to 1. In many diseases, especially immunological and inflammatory diseases, the albumin globulin ratio is altered. Detection of altered uh, albumin globulin ratio helps in the diagnosis and assessing the prognosis of some of the diseases. Fibrinogen is produced in the liver. It plays an important role in blood coagulation. It also contributes to the viscosity of the plasma and determination of ESR. So here are some of the functions of plasma. First one is oncotic pressure. The plasma proteins are osmotically active molecules, and the osmotic pressure of plasma is due to the plasma protein is called as oncotic pressure. The normal oncotic pressure is 25 mm of Hg. This pressure helps in the maintaining the volume of the vascular compartment. The oncotic pressure retains the fluid in the vascular compartment and therefore prevents loss of fluid from capillaries into interstitial tissue space. Functionally, it opposes the action of hydrostatic pressure. Okay. Uh, The oncotic pressure is due to the presence of albumin in the plasma, that one should remember. Viscosity of the blood. The plasma contain protein contributes around 50% of the viscosity of the blood. Okay. So red cells account for rest of the viscosity. The viscosity depends on the molecular shape of the plasma proteins. This is why fibrinogen molecules that are elongated and fibrillar in shape contribute more to the blood viscosity than albumin, the molecules that are ellipsoid in nature. So plasma proteins also play important role in immunity. Antibodies are nothing but the plasma proteins, gamma globulins. Antibodies mediate humoral immunity that protects the body from infections, especially the extracellular pathogens, and from the effect of toxic substances. Blood coagulation. The blood clotting depends on the concentration of fibrinogen that forms fibrin thread, the final step of blood coagulation. Also, other clotting factors like prothrombin are plasma proteins. So they can also act as carrier proteins. Plasma proteins serve as a carrier molecules for transport of various substances like hormone, drugs, metal. Carrier for water insoluble substances. Albumin acts as a carrier for some steroid hormones, fatty acids, and thyroid hormones. Specific carrier proteins they meant for transport of lipophilic hormones to the target cells. Examples are sex hormone binding globulins, thyroxine binding globulin, etc. Plasma proteins, they're also important for buffering. Plasma proteins form an important buffering system of the body called as protein buffers. So this helps in the acid-base balance of the body. They act as a labile protein store. The plasma proteins serve as a mobile protein serve as the source of amino acid for tissues of the body, which can be utilized for tissue growth, especially in situation of protein depletion. They also have a synthetic function. Plasma proteins provide substrate for the synthesis of protein hormones like erythropoietin, various enzymes, and synthesis of hemoglobin. Determination of ESR. Uh, the ESR is nothing but the rate at which the RBCs uh, settle down. The ESR mostly depends on the concentration of fibrinogen in plasma. The fibrinogen facilitates the Rayleigh formation, which in turn increases the rate of sedimentation of red cells. Conditions in which fibrinogen concentration is more, like acute inflammation, ESR becomes more. How do you separate plasma proteins? Plasma proteins can be separated by methods like salt separation, paper electrophoresis, Cron's fractionation, ultracentrifugation, and immunological analysis. Plasmapheresis is a process by which plasma can be removed from the blood without removing red cells. Plasma is separated from the blood. So it is usually done to separate excess of abnormal plasma proteins such as antibodies from the blood. So this is in brief about the blood, its function, and the plasma proteins and their important functions. Thank you.